There is nothing secret as far as the Hajj fare is concerned. How did we arrive at the figure? We arrive at each component through consensus with either the stakeholders, that is the states, and the Commission, or with relevant government agencies who are involved in regulating that aspect. Take, for example, the cost of air tickets. The Commission did not just sit down and fixed figure as a cost of air ticket for the pilgrims. The figure was arrived after reviewing the entire negotiation and discussion between the airlines and the Commission technical team, which comprises representatives of all aviation agencies and the State Pilgrims Welfare Board and agencies. After that, Commission set up another committee to review the price. They did. Another committee was set up again, headed by Professor Keke Olosho, to renegotiate the price. They did. Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority was formally communicated to advise the Commission on the appropriate fare, which they did, and that is how we come up with the cost of the air ticket. And this cost of the air ticket did not go up. It even went down. And we deregulate the entire country. In the northern states, it came down with $50. In the northeast, particularly Maiduguri, Anyola Departure Center, it came down with $100 because of their closeness to Saudi in terms of distance compared to other northern states. The operation from the southern part of Nigeria came down with $50 also. So if you look at the accommodation aspect, the cost of accommodation did not increase in terms of the dollar contents. It came down in Medina with about $187 compared to what the pilgrim paid last year. In Mecca, it varies from state to state. In Mecca, on the average, the cost of accommodation also come down with about $66. So if you put the total component of the Hajj fare, which largely dollar component constitutes 98%, you will see that there is a reduction of $221 compared to what the pilgrim paid last year. Even on the minimum BTA level, last year what the pilgrim paid, including their minimum BTA, was $5,026.41. This year, the BTA has been increased to $50, that is to $800 instead of $750, but uniform level, uniform category. The pilgrims will pay $4,805.14, which is less with $221.27. So in the actual terms, the component that determines the Hajj fare, which is dollar, has not increased. But last year, the official exchange rate was 197 to a dollar. So if you put this figure at 197, it will give you about 999,000 naira. Less total dollar component today that the official exchange rate is 305. You multiply it by 4,805, it will give you 1.5 million naira. The whole issue has nothing to do with the component that made up the Hajj fare itself, because that has not increased. The bottom line is the exchange rate, which the Commission has no control over. The official exchange rate is what we used last year, which was 197, and the official exchange rate is what is being computed for the Hajj fare this year, which is 305. The government considered the sensitivity and the importance of Hajj and allow us even to enjoy the official exchange rate. Or else, if we are to be allowed to go and use the prevailing banking rate of 368, the cost of Hajj will be about 1.8 to 1.9 million naira. And if the government even says that will not be possible, people should use the autonomous market rate, it will be about 2-point-something million naira. So the question is not on the components, because the dollar component of Hajj constitutes 98%. You will not go to Saudi and pay them in naira for the accommodation, neither the transportation, nor the tent, nor the feeding over there, neither the cost of the air ticket, because the airlines also, their expenditure is dollar related. The only expenditure that is naira related is the one they do for the onshore aspects. But largely, even their expenditure is dollar related. This is the explanation. Now come to the issue of whether feeding is compulsory or the Commission imposed feeding on Nigerian pilgrims or not. I appreciate the issue raised by my distinguished senator brother, but it's a condition that is tied to the issuance of visa. It's not something Nigerian pilgrims are being imposed on. The Saudi government introduced feeding of pilgrims to all nations for the purpose of ensuring that pilgrims get quality food, not to go and be eating food on the streets. The catering companies are licensed and accredited by the Saudi government, and this is in the best interest of Nigerian pilgrims and the pilgrims all over the world. Since when did we have that pilgrims have died because of outbreak of cholera? Since when did we hear the story that pilgrims have died because of food poisoning? These have all been a matter of the past. Due to the dynamic nature, the Saudi and the entire World Hajj family has addressed Hajj matters. What is wrong to say that pilgrims should be provided with meal? There is nothing wrong with that. It's not a requirement of Nigerian Hajj Commission, but it's a requirement of the visa process. The visa cannot go. If you click it online, there is a provision in the portal where you have to clearly indicate the feeding arrangement. If you did not feed in that information and you did not make the arrangement, the visa will not move to the next level, which means the pilgrim will not get visa. And it's something not being implemented by Nigerian pilgrims alone, but pilgrims world over.